The Korean War was a brutal conflict, a seesaw of bloody battles fought in unforgiving terrain. But amidst the chaos, a medical revolution was taking place. They were called MASH units, Mobile Army Surgical Hospitals. Canvas tents and surgical tables brought closer to the front lines than ever before, staffed by doctors and nurses working miracles against impossible odds. Their job was to race against the golden hour, to salvage the unsalvageable. Officially, their reports were filled with medical data, but unofficially, some of them kept private records. What follows are the recently discovered audio logs of Major Daniel Peterson, a surgeon who served in a MASH unit near the 38th parallel. This is not a story of heroics. This is a story from the surgeon's table.
Sound of a reel-to-reel tape recorder clicking on, followed by the low hum of a generator and the distant rhythmic whump-whump-whump of a helicopter. Log entry, the 14th of November, 1951. Major Daniel Peterson, recording. Subject: observations on arterial clamping in sub-zero conditions. It appears that... Oh, who am I kidding? This isn't for a medical journal. This is for me. A way to get the noise out of my head. The choppers just brought in another batch. We call them the delivery boys. They drop off the broken bodies. And we get to work. Welcome to the butcher shop. That's what we call the OR. It sounds cynical, but after a while, you learn that cynicism is a shield. It has to be. Today we had a marathon. 12 hours, non-stop. The moment you finish one case, the corpsman is wheeling in another. It's a conveyor belt of torn flesh and shattered bone. My hands feel less like a surgeon's and more like a mechanic's. Find the leak, patch the hole, tighten the bolt, send it down the line. Meatball surgery, they call it. Fast, dirty, and focused on one thing only: stopping the dying. You learn to detach. You have to. You can't think about the fact that this mangled leg belongs to a 19-year-old kid from Ohio who was probably dreaming of a baseball game an hour ago. You can only think about the artery. The worst part is the triage, the terrible math. When they bring in more than you can handle, you have to choose. You walk down the line of stretchers. This one, too far gone. Give him morphine and make him comfortable. This one, a clean wound. He can wait. This one has a chance if I get to him right now. You become God in a canvas tent. You are the man who draws the line. And you have 30 seconds to make a decision that will either grant a life or confirm a death. No one trains you for that. They teach you how to hold a scalpel, but not how to carry the weight of that choice. Log entry, the 16th of November, 1951. The doctor's voice is frayed, exhausted. The generator hum is louder. 36 hours. I haven't slept in 36 hours. The Chinese have pushed south. It's a flood. We haven't stopped cutting since yesterday morning. The floor is slick with blood we don't have time to mop up. The nurses are angels. Absolute angels. How they keep going, I don't know. Their eyes are as haunted as mine, but they never falter. A boy came in this morning. A Marine. Looked just like my younger brother, James. Same red hair. Same freckles. Shrapnel in the chest. We did everything. Cracked his chest right there on the table. I held his heart in my hand, trying to massage it back to life. For a second, I wasn't a surgeon. I was just a man, holding the life of his little brother in his hand, begging it not to slip away. It didn't work. He died on my table. I didn't get his name. He'll just be a number on a report. But I'll see his face for the rest of my life. What is the point of this? I ask myself that every time I lose one. I am a healer. I swore an oath to preserve life. But here, I feel like I'm just sweeping the tide back with a broom. For every life I save, the war sends me 10 more broken ones. We are saving them for what? To be sent back home in pieces? To live with half a body and a shattered mind? Sometimes I think the ones who die are the lucky ones. That's a terrible thought. A doctor should never have that thought. The choppers are coming again. I can hear them. That relentless, awful chopping sound. More deliveries for the butcher shop. I have to go. Someone has to go. Someone has to pay the butcher's bill. The sound of the recorder clicking off abruptly.
Major Daniel Peterson served for another year in Korea. The techniques he and his fellow surgeons perfected in those bloody tents would revolutionize trauma care and save countless lives for decades to come. But his audio logs were never submitted to a medical journal. They were found in a trunk in his attic after his death, a private confession of the hidden cost of healing. The story of MASH is not just one of medical innovation. It is a story of the doctors and nurses who worked on the very edge of human endurance, fighting a relentless war against death itself. They were heroes who left their own pieces on the battlefield, in the quiet, sterile corners of their memory.